It's not how things go.
I think she's actually crying.
So yeah, that's never happened before.
So in terms of the goal for this, we're going to London Fashion Week. What is the goal and what's the reason behind it?
We want designers to drop feathers from their collections, but we also want to discourage consumers from buying any products made using feathers or any animal products for that matter. Ostriches in particular, they are routinely live-plucked, which means that they are restrained and then, they essentially just have their feathers ripped from their bodies.
Do you feel like then it's like kind of putting the onus on the consumer rather than the bigger kind of couture houses and the big brands?
Both have responsibility. The best thing that people can do is always check the clothing labels. So I know it's cliche, but if it says down, which is a type of feather, put it down. But then obviously there is a great responsibility on the designers to keep animal-based products and feathers out of their collections in the first place.
In terms of the kind of affordability and sustainability of vegan fashion and the alternative options, a lot of it's polyester, elastane, is there an argument that actually, a really good quality leather jacket has a much longer life cycle than perhaps, a kind of like plastic top?
You can get recycled polyester, which we would encourage people to opt over just general polyester. But of course we are realists and we do recognise that people do have leather jackets and fur coats and whatnot. So we would just encourage people that if you do have animal-based products in your wardrobe, just maybe consider phasing out.
Is it hard being an activist?
It can be, yeah, for different reasons. Obviously you've got the whole nerve side of things, the controversy that comes along with it. We do often at demos get negative reactions from, maybe one person who's having a particularly bad day and wants to say something horrible in their leather jacket or their fur coat or whatever.
So how did you get into all of this?
Well, I joined PETA a year ago, and I'm the office manager. But basically, I'm a trained actor, so they have a word like, we need someone to do this demo because they're going to be like screaming and yelling, whatever. We need like someone who's going to be like,
able to scream and yell. Yeah. And what kind of reaction do you get from people on the streets?
So, sometimes people are like supportive and they're like, right on, guys. And then sometimes people are like stopping, like, what the hell is going on? Because it's like me screaming.
I feel like embarrassment is probably the wrong word because you're a trained actress, but do you feel slightly nervous ever?
Yeah, obviously, like, your adrenaline is rushing, like, right before. And the Fashion Week one that we did last time, it was so crazy. There were so many people, like, photographers and stuff that were just there for, like, Fashion Week, and they all were rushing over, and they were like, look over your shoulder, look. It was like paparazzi. It was so crazy.
And then in terms of, like, your personal politics and, like, how you live your life, how does PETA kind of align with that?
Well, I think for everyone here, we all joined PETA because we're all, like, dedicated vegans, and so it's really nice to have a job where it perfectly aligns with like your lifestyle and your morals and everything.
Do you kind of look for people with similar values? Do you find it do you ever get pushback when you say what you do?
No, I guess like the most it's not even pushback, but like my family kind of like doesn't fully understand it, but like I have a husband, he's like fully supports everything that I do.
So dating's not a big
Yeah, and I think that like is kind of an issue like nowadays, like dating. Like I don't know if I could date someone who was not like, eating the same things that I was eating or like have the same values that I do. I don't think that we should be using animals in any aspect. It's not really necessary anymore.
Big ostrich butt. So run me through the contraption.
So this contraption is actually a dress, which looks nice from the front, but not so nice from the back.
No,
and obviously this plucked butt is displaying the horrible reality that ostriches face because they are live plucked for their feathers, which ultimately goes towards the fashion industry.
And then this is the sign.
Yeah.
Wearing feathers is bloody cruel.
Yeah.
To the camera.
So attached to the dress is going to be this ostrich head as well. I think we've decided that it's going to go over your shoulder, right, and kind of tuck into the dress at the bottom.
Heading out to London Fashion Week for the live plucking demonstration. So how are you feeling now? Did you get more nervous as the journey commences?
Yeah, I think that as we get on and when we get closer, seeing all the people outside, all the fashion people, I think it's a little bit more intimidating once you see them, and they're all going to be dressed to the nines.
You're going to be dressed to the nines.
Yeah,
literally.
in a very different way.
Who has a more thought through outfit than you? I was going to ask, but whether you guys actually know if any of these designers are actually using feathers in their shows today.
I mean, you can almost guarantee that a designer will have at some point in their collection. Obviously, you've got the different fashion seasons and then all the guests that come along. Someone will be bound to be wearing feathers, unfortunately.
Okay, but that's interesting. So this is not a protest
It's
against
not
any specific
targeting
designer.
a certain designer.
So we've just arrived. Grace has gone to scout the location. Christy's in the toilet and Pret getting ready. She's getting in her full ostrich gear, so she's going to come out. And then we're going to go because she's already going to be in the outfit, so we're just going to go for it.
Yeah, a little bit nervous. Obviously, it's getting real now.
Just done the demonstration. I think she's actually crying. It's pretty brutal. There are a lot of people staring.
Can we engage in conversation? What brand?
Guys, mind your backs, please. Traffic's coming through.
What brand is it that you know is live plucking at London Fashion Week? You can't tell me one. There isn't one. There isn't one. There isn't one. So which designer at London Fashion? Yeah, it's started. So if you were well informed, you wouldn't be doing this outside an independent, sustainable designer.
I appreciate your opinion, and I'm willing to have a civilised conversation outside of work.
But why are you doing it?
We are here. This is just how things go. We're here.
It's not how
and
things go. It's not how things go at all.
Could we have a
it's
quick
just
chat
wrong.
with you? How are you feeling about what you're seeing today?
Misinformed, poorly timed, with a brilliant message at the wrong time. There's a fine line between activism and campaigning, and a lot of activism deters people from being on the right side. This is London Fashion Week, that is the hub of sustainable fashion. It's the first fashion week out of the Big Four to adopt sustainability credentials, and instead of supporting designers that are doing the right thing, we're now giving a message at the wrong time at the Maria Luda show, which is one of the smallest, most independent sustainable brands at Fashion Week. You show me on schedule a brand that is live plucking feathers, and I'll be all for it. But London Fashion Week works with the government to adopt better practices for the fashion network in the UK.
So how did that feel? How did that go?
Yeah, I mean, it was good. It was just, obviously when we're never expecting someone to come up and disturb us when we're doing photos, just because he caught me so off guard. So yeah, that's never happened before.
So he made the argument that there's not one person on the bill who actually has been using live plucked feathers or feathers at all. You guys think you could have picked a show where there were actually live plucked feathers?
There have been brands previously that we've considered targeting who definitely use feathers, ostrich feathers in particular. But it's not only just the brands, it's the fashion culture, and we need to look at trends right now, and feathers are unfortunately trending. And nobody today was being targeted. We're here because it is the start of London Fashion Week, so we're appealing to anyone in the fashion industry. And yeah, some people probably would have been a bit annoyed at what we were doing, but ultimately we just want to spark conversations within the community. And great, if you are sustainable, great, keep doing that and continue to do so, and spread the word to other designers who perhaps aren't so sustainable.
Guys, what a day. Thank you so much. Are you guys